Joey Logano is one of the best drivers in modern-day NASCAR. When you talk about preseason championship favorites, he is always on the same level as guys like Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., and Denny Hamlin. But what many, especially newer fans, don't remember is that Logano had quite a humbling beginning at the start of his Cup career. After one win and a 9th place average finish in his first 19 Xfinity races in his campaign, Logano moved up to the Cup Series at the age of 18 to replace Tony Stewart in the number 20 Home Depot Toyota. Aside from a rain-shortened win, his rookie season was a mess to say the least. A win, 3 top 5s, 7 top 10s, and a 20th place points finish. A sophomore slump wasn't necessarily the relative case though, as Logano had nearly doubled his top 5 count and upped his top 10 count considerably, from 7 to 16. Unfortunately, no one saw or remembered these gains, as his 2010 season would be known for this.
Decided to dump me in the next turn. I don't know what his deal is with me, but it's probably not his fault. You know, his wife wears a fire suit in the family, tells him what to do, so it's probably not his fault.
Even with this, it still looked like Logano, after 3 years, would finally live up to his nickname of sliced bread. This being coined to him for the immense amount of talent he showcased at such a young age, being the best thing since sliced bread. To the point that he was even looked at as a long-term option to replace Mark Martin in the 6 car. But instead, his 2011 season was the worst of his career, ending up winless and 24th in points. Heading into 2012, it was really looking like Logano would be one of the biggest busts in NASCAR history. It didn't start off too well in 2012 either, with the lone bright spot being, ironically enough, him beating out Mark Martin at Pocono. But it wasn't enough, as Coach Gibbs would choose the new free agent and 2003 champion Matt Kenseth. This left the 22-year-old Logano in the wind as a free agent. That was until he was signed by the eventual 2012 championship-winning team, Penske Racing. Joey Logano would pilot the 22 car starting in 2013. As of this video, it is the first and only Cup move of Logano's career. This move to Penske proved to be the move that put Logano in a championship-level situation, as everything fell into place in the right ways. He had 11 top 5s and 19 top 10s, while making the chase for the first time and finishing 8th in points. The high moment being that he had won at Michigan in August. With these positives, Logano looked to be one of the many championship favorites. Heading into the season in 2014, he had only 3 career wins. But by the 2014 chase, he had matched that total, and within the first 4 races of said chase, he had upped the win total to 5 in 2014. With the added element of consistency, it lent to another first for the driver of the 22. He would be driving for a championship at Homestead. For much of the race, he actually was in the thick of the championship fight. Unfortunately, though, a botched final pit stop cost him any shot at a championship. He would finish 16th on the track, leaving him 4th of the 4 in the final challengers. Still, Logano was young, only 24, and had just set career highs in wins, top 5s, top 10s, point standings, and laps led. 2015 only continued this, as he never fell lower than 4th in the points after winning the Daytona 500, the Bristol Night Race, and the Fall Richmond Race. For the second straight year, he entered the playoffs with 3 wins. Him being the championship favorite would be apparent after the round of 12. He swept the round all 3 races and was looking for his 4th straight win at Martinsville. But after weeks of scuffles with Matt Kenseth, who had been eliminated, it all came back to bite him.
And Kenseth cleared by Logano. Maybe no! Kenseth takes him out! Logano into the wall! Caution comes out and the crowd roars!
A couple weeks ago, I was the first to say I never expected that.
With this and an early crash at Texas, it ended any chance for a first championship. After posting 6 wins, 22 top 5s, 28 top 10s, and 1,431 laps led, there was no reason to think that he wouldn't be in the conversation in 2016. With one regular season win and less top fives, it looked like Logano was finally falling back to the mean of the field. He still stayed 7th or higher all season in points though, so he was consistent. After winning the fall Talladega race and then the penultimate race of the season at Phoenix, he once again was in the championship 4. Once again, he remained in the top 2 or 3 title drivers as well, until he was involved in this crash with Carl Edwards. Logano received damage in the crash and would come home second to Jimmy Johnson, who won his 7th championship. Once again, Logano needed to wait another year to try and get the Cup title. In 2017, he started out hot, finishing 6th or higher in 8 of the first 9 races, including a Richmond victory. This win would be encumbered, though, due to failing inspection, and would not qualify him for the playoffs. From this point on, his season blew up like an atom bomb. He earned only 4 top 10s in the following 17 races leading to the playoffs. He fell from 4th in points to 19th, and he missed the playoffs entirely. For the first time since the Gibbs days, he was a non-factor. 2018 would have to break the trend. Logano entered the 2018 playoffs under the radar though. He didn't win a race, and the big 3 of Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., and Kevin Harvick dominated the regular season. But Logano was back with the consistency, and he never fell below 6th in points all of the regular season. His first win of the season, though, wouldn't even come until the 33rd race of the year at Martinsville, the same place that started his fall from the championship graces in 2015, only 3 years prior. Truex, after the race, claimed that Logano would not win the damn war. As fate would have it, Logano would be facing the big 3 in Miami. Once again, he stayed up front, and as fate once again made possible, he would duel Truex for the title. And the duel would be short, and Joey Logano, after years and years of clawing and climbing his way up, would finally win his first championship. From the anchor at JGR to the lead dog at Penske, Logano made an insanely great career resurgence. And so with this, I want to pass it on to you. What do you think of Joey Logano's career comeback? Let me know down in the comments below. And while you're at it, leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more great NASCAR content. And until next time, have a good one.